You have to grow through what you go through.
Welcome, family. I'm so glad you are back here for episode 34 of season 10 of Make Every Second Count Live. And that's just mind blown to me that I've gone that long. But I am so excited to see you on here tonight. I ask you guys if you would please share this episode out. Invite as many people as you can to watch it. Heck, you can just tag them in the comments. I would not mind that. I appreciate all the help you give us because you make this show possible. And then also, I would like you to keep the comments coming. I want to have more of a conversation than just make a presentation to you guys. Also, keep the thumbs up, the hearts, frowny faces, cry faces. Heck, you can even get mad at us. I understand that. Just help us trick the algorithm on one of the socials that we're on. And then I would like to bring to the stage Mr. Karabinis. Hello, Sebastian. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I am fantastic, man. I thank you so much for joining us tonight. I have been looking over your story and I can tell that it is a crazy one, and I can't wait for everybody out there to learn it so they can grow through what they go through in their lives.
Yeah.
So if you would like to go through a short introduction about yourself, tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you do, we will jump right in after that.
Okay. I'm Sabastian Karabinis. I'm born and raised in Piqua, Ohio, and I'm currently a school bus driver for Piqua City Schools, and I do competitive strongman.
Wow, competitive strongman. I'm in royalty here, right? That's nuts, man. How did you get into doing that? Can I ask? Just a little. We're doing things a little out of order right there, but can I ask how you got into that?
It was something I always watched with my dad growing up. I just liked seeing the big guys pull the buses and lift the big stones. So after high school, I dabbled in powerlifting for a little bit. And got a little bored of that, so I wanted to try something different and started strongman and fell in love with it.
That is awesome, dude. I'm so excited to hear that, and it's just I don't know, it's fascinating to me. I've never met a strong man such as yourself. I appreciate that, and I appreciate watching those things on TV at times too. I know they get crazy up in those things.
Yeah.
So I understand that you have gone through a lot in your life. You see, my background is when I was 17 years old, I was in a severe car accident. I spent 2.5 months in a coma, 3.5 in the hospital, and they told me I probably wouldn't walk again. But I didn't want to accept their limitations on my life. I wanted to control the limitations of on my own life. You see, I learned that we have to learn something from every adversity we face. And that's where I came up with you have to grow through what you go through. Because I think that every adversity happens because it is trying to teach us a certain lesson. And unless we learn that lesson, we're going to keep repeating that one thing over and over and over again until we learn it. So I have to ask, has there been anything in your life that you have had to grow through?
Yeah, I never until my stepdad came along when I was in first or second grade, I never really had a prominent father figure in my life.
Ooh,
Um, so I basically was raised by a single mother until I was in elementary school. Um, so I know it was really hard on her, and just watching how hard she worked and how she was able to just push through everything. Um, I knew I was going to have to follow in her footsteps, and um, just keep going on even when times were tough.
that is so hard for a lot of people to just put one foot in front of the other. But unless you go through those things, you're not going to grow through those things. And
Hmm.
I find it beneficial when people actually do go through things. I know that. So I have been studying the Stoics and Stoicism a lot, and they believe that the obstacle is the way to a great life. And that is just something that I see as true now because I have learned so much. But so I happen to know a little bit more about your story here.
Hmm.
And what was the rest of your family like? I mean,
Yeah.
did you know 'em?
Yeah. So my biological dad was in and out of jail, on and off drugs. So I never really had much interaction with him growing up. Um, and then my once my stepdad came along, his dad passed away when he was 15. Yeah, so I never met that grandpa. And then my mom's dad died when I was 1,
Wow,
and they both died from one was a drug overdose and one was complications because of drug abuse.
wow.
Yeah.
So it sounds like addiction kind of runs in your family, is that right?
Definitely.
And why do you think that it goes down from one to another? Do you have any idea?
Um I uh, I know it's a lot of genetics. Um but I've talked to my mom a lot about it, and she decided when she was younger she wasn't gonna follow in her parents' footsteps. Um, she was gonna break that generational curse. Um, so she passed that down and installed that into me too. And I knew from a young age that if I were to ever try anything, it could lead to a pretty bad addiction. So I was able to channel that in other things. So in high school, it was golf, and then after high school, it's been lifting. Yeah,
Did you get good at lifting those golf clubs?
I did.
Is that why you switched to weightlifting after
Yeah.
golf?
Yep.
So, in all seriousness, though, what was your biggest inspiration to decide that you were going to take a different path? That you weren't going to become an addict or
Mhm.
suffering from the same things that your family suffered from?
It was definitely my mom. I mean, she was definitely my hero growing up. Um, because I didn't really know. Obviously, when I was a child, I didn't know everything that was going on behind the scenes. But as I got older, she started opening up to me more, and I realized just how much she had to go through to give me and my brother a good life. Um, so I didn't want to turn around and like start doing bad things and fall into addiction, because my mom did everything in her power to get out of that cycle. So I didn't. I was bound and determined to not start that again.
Wow. And what were the things that you said to yourself that you wanted to take, like you wanted to live by those things? I mean, there had to be some rules or some intentions that you set out and decided that, hey, I'm not going to do this because of this.
Mhm. So I grew up in church. So that played another big part in just helping me through that. I studied the Bible a lot, and I feel like my biggest thing I live by is you need to treat other people with as much respect as you can, no matter how they treat you or what they're going through, because you never know what someone else is going through. Um, and like I myself knew I was going through a lot. My mom was going through a lot, and other people didn't know that. So I knew there were things other people were going through. And another big thing was as I got older, I had people that started to rely on me to do things. And I knew um, they both had parents that struggled with addiction and grandparents, and they've made very good lives for themselves. So I knew if I put the hard work in that it could be done.
Yeah, that's awesome. But that takes some intention. I mean, you have to take great responsibility to follow what you're saying. And that has to be hard for a younger person.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so because of that, I started holding myself to a very, very high standard. Because I knew that I could do better than um the rest of my family in that aspect. Um, so I felt like anytime I would make a mistake with anything, that it was wrong. So towards the end of high school, that led to some pretty bad depression and suicidal thoughts. Just carrying that burden on me. So I talked to my parents about it. I talked to some of my friends, and started seeing a therapist for a little bit, and that definitely helped. Um, but yeah, it was a really hard time because I felt like I had to be perfect in everything I did, and now I realize you're gonna mess up eventually in something. As long as you limit your mistakes, that's all you can do. You just got to limit it and learn from your mistakes.
Yeah. Limit it and learn from your mistakes. That's something that a lot of people need to hear in the world. Ooh,
Yeah.
limit it and learn from your mistakes. So you were talking a little bit about depression and suicidal thoughts, and you sought help for that stuff by talking to your parents. What kind of help did you get? Can I ask?
Yeah, so both my parents have worked in the medical field. So they immediately said we should probably get you scheduled and start with a therapist, which I was a little hesitant to at first. Um, but after going a couple times, I enjoyed it. It was just it, someone there to listen, and I knew I wasn't going crazy because they would tell me they understood. Um, and they said I wasn't the only person having those thoughts and going through that. Um, so yeah, it definitely helped. I prayed a lot during those times. I went to therapy. Yeah.
That's cool. And what made you decide to look into exercise or fitness, however you want to say it?
So one of my best friends in high school played football, and he lifted a lot in the gym. So I decided to go with him one day, and I immediately fell in love with it. I didn't start with anything heavy. I just liked going and lifting, and then eventually I realized I'm naturally stronger than most people. So I was like, I like to compete. So I'm gonna see if I can do this competitively. And lifting really helped me during that time as well. I had access to a 24-hour gym, so I would just go there whenever I did not feel good. That was the gym almost became my happy place.
All right, so quick question when you say that. Do you know why the gym makes you happy?
I've just always liked lifting. I like feeling my muscles burn, knowing they're growing. I like
But
hitting
there,
PRs.
but there's a physical, biological reason why, and a scientific backed up reason why the gym can make you feel better. Do you know that?
I do not.
Yeah. Well, there are things in your brain called like serotonin, epinephrine, dopamine, and there's others, but I cannot think of them. Oh, endorphins is one, and there's
Mhm.
more chemicals that your brain makes for you in your body. That these are often feel good chemicals. So when you were at the gym and you were tearing all your muscles apart, like you do when you actually lift weights, then your body gets a boost of dopamine. And dopamine is your body's natural painkiller. And it makes you feel good. And it's like a reward for your body. So
Mhm.
when that releases in your brain, you want more of it. But it can also be a hindrance. The like phones are designed to give you a boost of dopamine when they bing at you. That's
Mhm.
why I keep my phone on do not disturb. I have all my notifications silenced, and I'm back to the point where my phone isn't something I rely on anymore. And
Mhm.
that is really nice to me. But
Yeah.
that is the reason that the gym is your happy place, because it's a reward for you.
Mhm.
And that's really cool. So we have a comment here from Robert Brooker, who is from Canada. So he says a lot. The thing that attracted me to lifting weights was that goal oriented. I had 27 years of workout logs when a rotator cuff blew. Those other things agree, but it's really cool to see that other people out there are feeling what you're talking about and agreeing
Mhm.
with you. So hang in there. You're doing amazing work by working out. But I'm curious, like how often do you work out?
So my coach has me working out 4 times a week. I'll go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And then I have a show coming up or a competition coming up in 2 weeks. So next week I don't have any lifts. I'm taking the week off to just fully recover, and then I'll compete, and then we're gonna get geared up for another show in November.
And where's this competition going to be?
This one is in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, well, yeah, I was gonna say, well, heck, maybe I'll come, but I'm not coming to Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. I don't apologize, but but I think this is a fascinating thing that you do, and I would like to see you when your reward or when your all your hard work pays off. And
Hmm.
I just enjoy seeing people's hard work pay off. So I'm curious, like what are some of the benefits that you have received from your exercise or fitness
Mhm.
journey?
It's definitely given me a community, like a really big support system of people. Um, I've met some of my best friends at strongman competitions. One of my best friends lives in Chicago, and I've met him once at a strongman competition. Um, so yeah, it's given me a lot of people. It's given me an outlet, like we've talked about, when things aren't going good in my life. Uh, the gym's the one place I know I can go to, and no one's going to be able to take that from me. And it's given me a really good. I have a really good self image now, because I feel like that's one thing that I really didn't have when I went through that depression. I hated the way I looked, and now I love the way I look. I'm
With your
big, I'm
bleach blonde
muscular.
hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just did that a week ago. So
Yep.
I actually know him in real life and we see each other quite a bit.
Hmm.
So that's why I am able to comment on that.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? What else are you going to try to accomplish with everything that you've gone through? What's next for you?
Um, so short term, um, not this competition, but the next one I have is the Junior World Championship. It'll be my third year going. I've got fourth and then third last year, so hopefully I can bring back first place this year. It'll be my last year in the junior division. And then after that, I will move up to the open adult division, and hopefully I can go pro in that division. But on the other hand, I'm finishing up my bachelor's degree in education.
Wow.
Yeah,
Congrats, man.
so I'm excited. I have a couple more years left, and then I'll be a teacher. And then my goal is to get my master's and PhD while I'm teaching as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So not necessarily only a strong man, but a smart man too.
Yeah, you could say that.
That's really cool. So
Mhm.
I'm I have some other questions that don't necessarily they weren't in the layout that I sent you.
Mhm.
But my motto is make every second count. What exactly does that mean to you? Without me explaining too much
Mhm.
or anything like that. I know you probably seen me explain it to other people or seen me on a show doing something. But you probably have a pretty good idea of what it means to me. But what exactly does it mean to you?
I think what it means to me is, when I wake up in the morning, I want to be as productive as I can that day. I want to get as much done that day as I can. Um, and I really strive to do that. I strive to keep my academics up and my classes I'm taking. I work a full-time and a part-time job, and um, I go to the gym, and then I have a very healthy relationship with my girlfriend,
Who
that
I
I'm able to
know
keep up.
too. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep.
call his girlfriend is named Maya. She works at the bakery where I go all the time. And
Hmm.
I have to say they have the best donuts in the
They
world.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. But so you see make every second count is more something that is more of a hustle culture thing. But to me, it's not that at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. I'm glad that you see some benefit, or you think positively of make every second count. But to me, it's about making your life count.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's about every second you get is a chance to celebrate. And it should be celebrated because it's not promised to anyone out there.
Yeah.
And it can be over in the blink of an eye. So that's why I say make every second count,
Mm-hmm.
because seconds are so precious.
Yeah, definitely.
Time is fleeting.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is it that you want to teach? I mean, what grade?
I'm going to be a high school science, or not science, social studies teacher.
And
I'm
do you think any of the football players will become your size?
maybe. We'll see.
Well, that wouldn't be as good. It would be good for the teacher to be bigger than
Yeah.
everybody out there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, Sebastian, I gotta say, I appreciate you coming on the show. I know you're a busy person. We can tell by everything that you do. And I truly do admire everything you do, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to be here with me and my people out there. And I hope somebody gained some knowledge from this that they can use in their life. So I I don't know. I just really truly want to say thank you.
Yeah,
And
it was a really good experience. I'm really appreciative you were
have
able to
you
have me on the show.
yeah, have you ever done anything like this before?
I've only ever done one podcast, and it was with Jim Sheets, who's another pickle resident.
Wow, that's
Mhm.
awesome. Well, hey, you did great for your second one, and I hope I made it easy.
You did, thank you.
Yeah, but I need everybody out there, including you, Sebastian, to do me a favor this week, next week, and for the rest of your life. I need you guys to make every second count. Why? Because you never know when those seconds will run out on your one life. I'll see you guys back here next Tuesday, 7 p.m. for a new episode of Make Every Second Count live. But until then, you have a fantastic week. Thanks again, Sebastian. Everybody have a great night.